Hello there, and welcome to the How to Market Your Horse Business podcast. I'm so glad you're joining me here. If we're new friends, then I'm going to quickly introduce myself, and then we will dive right into today's episode. Now, as you've likely guessed by now, my name is Denise Alvarez, and through my business, Storm Lily Marketing, I get to help dream-chasing horse business owners to grow their business with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Now, I do this primarily through business coaching and then education, such as this podcast, and I have some online learning resources for you all as well. But all that I do, friends, is so that you, as an equestrian entrepreneur, can be out in the barn or the arena or behind the camera lens or out in the pasture or in the vet's office, wherever it is you are serving the equine industry. I want to help you do more of that. And so here on the podcast in particular, you'll get a mix of step-by-step strategies, essential how-tos, and entrepreneurial mindset shifts that will help you not only see what's possible for your business, but I'm also here to guide you through that process so you can make it happen. And today, friends, we are talking about something that we don't always talk about enough. And that is what to do when the business that you've built, that you once really loved and were excited about, starts to lose its shine. Now, I'm not just talking about a rough day or a tricky or annoying client, let's be honest. I'm really talking about those seasons when you feel a bit disconnected from the thing that you actually used to be really excited about. Because if you are going to be an equestrian entrepreneur, this is going to happen. It's either happened to you already or it's going to happen in your future. It happens to the most passionate, purpose-driven equestrian entrepreneurs around, of which I know you are one because you're here. What am I talking about? What does this look like? Well, let's look at some particular examples. If you're a horse trainer, it may look like you're booked out, which is what you wanted, but you're not really enjoying the people that you've booked. You're feeling a bit burnt out. Maybe you're riding horses all day long for others, but you can't really recall the last time that you've rode for yourself, just for fun, just to enjoy the horses, why you started in the first place, right? Or perhaps for you, you're a riding instructor. Maybe you have a riding program mixed into your business and you pour into your students. You love to help them meet their riding goals. Yet at the same time, as a business owner, your own goals are collecting dust. They've been sat by the wayside and you're feeling the weight of that. Or maybe you're a photographer and you feel like you're constantly churning out galleries rather than really capturing that magic of horses, the magic that made you fall in love with the work that you do in the first place. And I know I have so many fun photographers, so I know I'm talking to some of you who are saying, I've lost that spark. I'm loving, right, what I do in terms of this is what I set out to do, but it's not as shiny and fun as it used to be. Or maybe you're a body worker, or maybe you're doing online education. I obviously can't hit every single facet of what you all are doing in the industry because I know it's broad, and I'm so grateful for that. Some of you are gear makers. Some of you are making jewelry, or there's so many different things that you guys are doing. And you know your work is valuable. You know that you're helping people. You know you're helping horses. You know that what you're doing matters, and you have the stories and the testimonies to prove it. And yet, on some days, it feels just different, right? It doesn't feel the way it used to. And I want you to know first that you're not alone in this feeling, okay? And now I'm not saying this as a generic chat GPT encouragement. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that around, but I'm seeing that phrase, you're not alone, show up a lot. And I think it's because it matters, right? I know a lot of people are using chat GPT and it's feeding me that sometimes when I'm asking it to refine a message. But here's what I know. It's extremely important for you to know that you're not alone in this journey of building and growing your equine business. It can feel lonely. especially when you start to experience that success that you have wanted in your business, right? And maybe you actually feel a little bit bad for feeling the way I described earlier, feeling like it's lost its shine because you are experiencing that success. But this is where the rubber meets the road when it comes to growing your business. Because instead of ignoring those feelings, today I want to encourage you to lean in. I want you to learn to figure out how you can use those feelings as indicators, okay, for ways that you can return to that all important why you've heard me talk about so that you can bring the life and the love and the shine back into your equine business. Now, if you've been here a while, you've probably heard me talk about the importance of knowing your why, the heart behind your business. And today we're going to go just a little bit deeper into that. And I'm going to share a little bit about my personal why to help you connect those dots and understand why it's so very important. Because I'm with you, friends. Personally, in this journey of growing my own, I've had to come back to my why so many times in different shifts and turns, hard days or not, right? We need those drivers. We need to be grounded in those things. And you're going to need that too. Now, of course, you've heard me talk about this as well. I want you to be thinking about revenue and profit and marketing and offers and audience growth, and all of those things absolutely matter. And sometimes you're doing those things and it still feels a little bit heavy, right? And building and growing a business, it can be heavy, 100%. Yet on those hard days, if we're being honest, it's not your profit margin. It's not your top line revenue that keeps you going always. Okay. It's your purpose. It's the excitement that you have when you deliver on the promise that you've told your clients and customers what you're going to do. It's the horses that you're helping, the people that you're helping. It's the email you get that reminds you, this is why I do what I do. Those are the things I want you to lean into. All right. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to share a little bit about my own recent journey in this season that I am in and how I'm recentering my why. And then I want to give you 3 specific questions that are going to help you recenter your why. So questions that I want you to save, I want you to reflect on and really apply this, especially right now. Okay. I'm recording this in the middle of November. So it means we're heading into what is a oftentimes very busy season. And so you may feel a little bit of this tug that we're talking about. And so I want you to have these handy so that you can return to that why. And they can be your drivers because hustle can be a great thing. But hustle that's not connected to something bigger than yourself, that is not energizing. That is draining. And that's not what I want for you. Okay, so hustle can go both ways. Hustle can actually be a great thing. I am not anti-hustle. I am anti-hustle without any connection to what really matters to you in your business and what's connected to your why. So back to what I said, let's quickly look at what I'm doing, how I'm recentering that why, and then I'm going to shift it back to you and your business. Okay. Now, if you're on my email list, you've probably heard more of the personal side of my story. But on the podcast here, I do typically focus on these practical, actionable helps because I know that's what you came here for. And like I said, today we're going to do a mix, okay? So we're going to go behind the scenes a little bit, and then I'll give you those questions. So for this behind the scenes portion, many of you kindly filled out my survey recently, so you know that I have been in a season of creating a new group coaching program offer, which also means I've been in a season of refining, reviewing my existing offers, rebuilding parts of the website and the copy that goes along with that, and preparing to launch this new group coaching program called the Business Barn Collective. And I am so excited about this. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's both exciting and sometimes exhausting, right? I have a feeling you know what I'm talking about. I've been walking myself through the same process that I take my coaching clients through, doing the audience research, the industry trends, refining my own messaging, reconnecting with what success means to me and who I'm best suited to serve. And in that process, there are moments where it is easy to question everything. Who am I really called to serve? What does my audience really need right now? What is the difference between what I could do and what I'm meant to do? And in one of those moments where I was literally just replaying all of these questions in my mind, I got an unexpected email from somebody on my email list. I send out a weekly newsletter. If you are not getting it, I would love to send it to you, by the way. Send me a message or just head to the website, stormlily.com, and you'll get there. Sign up for any free resource, and you will be on my newsletter list. But this friend, who I actually had not personally connected with, so when I say friend, we're email friends, she gets my newsletter. And she sent me a note back from a newsletter saying that this particular email was exactly what she needed in that moment. It was the confirmation she needed for her own business. And she was just kindly taking time to thank me for the work that I do to help equestrian entrepreneurs and letting me know how that had encouraged her and helped her in growing her own business. You guys, this email, it's what I was telling you about earlier when you get those notes and you say, thank you, Lord. This is why I do what I do. It was a beautiful reminder to me, especially in this process of building out a new offer. This was a beautiful reminder of why I do what I do. It's why I have this podcast. It's why I love supporting clients through coaching. It's why I care so deeply about your personal version of success being connected to everything that you do, from your website copy to email marketing to social media and everything in between. And so that was so crucial. And it honestly inspired this podcast episode because it helped to recenter me and help me to really see more clearly as I build out this program, why I'm doing what I'm doing and who it's for. And so for me, okay, so I told you this is a little weird for me. I don't talk about myself as much, you guys. I love to talk about you. But I know it's helpful for you to see the background and behind the scenes of things. And so for me, at Storm Lily Marketing, the heart of what I do, my why, is to equip and empower equestrian entrepreneurs who want to grow with clarity, confidence, and purpose. And so my sweet spot is being able to see that big picture vision and use that to help drive an overall strategy that also allows us to dial into the details so you can implement that strategy to make your dreams happen. And so that is where coaching has come into play, where I can help people step back, see the big picture vision, create that strategy, and then help them get into the nitty-gritty details of implementing that strategy. And what I learned in this process and was reminded of when I got that email from her is that I know there are a lot of marketing professionals in the equine industry. I'm not the only one. And I'm not here for everyone because my best fit audience, you guys, are unique. I am here to help equestrian entrepreneurs who don't want to just chase trends. They want to build a business that aligns with their values. Equestrian entrepreneurs who are not looking for cookie cutter advice that applies to everybody and promises this big grandiose result, but you want a strategy that fits you, right? And what your version of success is. And equestrian entrepreneurs who are not here to choose between passion and profit. And that's something I've realized as of late that is really important to me and the people that I work with. Yes, profitability matters, and I want to help you build that. That's part of building a sustainable equine business. And equally, a passion for why you do what you do in your business is important. And the equestrian entrepreneurs who are driven by passion and purpose and still aim to make that profit and are willing to do the work to make that happen, those are the people that I'm here to serve. And so if you guys are listening on the podcast, I'm so glad you're here. If you're listening and saying, oh, so that's what the coaching programs are for, or that's who the coaching programs are for, I built these with you in mind. But like I said, today's episode, I promise you, it's not a pitch. It's not about me and my programs. I want you to understand them because I want you to see how my why is deeply ingrained in each of the things that I'm doing so that you, as an equestrian entrepreneur, can look at your own product suite, your own offer suite, the services that you are providing, and see how your why is connected to those things. because it may be that you have some offers that you actually need to cut. And I know that can be hard to hear. That's probably another podcast episode we need to do, is how to know when to cut something out of your program. But the reality is, if you're feeling like your business has lost its shine, you're going to get recentered to that why, and then you're going to probably have a new view of what it is that you are doing. Because some of you may not know, there are things that I used to do that I no longer do. I had a membership that was not a group coaching program. It was a membership with monthly deliverables called Social Stride. I no longer have that because it didn't align with the vision at the time, my capacity at the time, what success means for me and my business and my family. And so I no longer do that. So there's permission when you recenter your why to slice and dice as needed to make sure your business is going to help you meet that version of success. Okay. So I'm using this example of building a new offer to show you why it's so crucial that you keep your why front and center. Okay. Because I don't want you to get caught up in thinking you need to just do everything else that people around you are doing, what you're seeing online, what you're seeing at the expos and the clinics and things, and go, oh, I just need to do that in my business. That's working for them. That's actually not what you need to do for every season and turn in your business. Okay. It can be working for them. And then I want you to filter it through what works well for you. Okay. So learn from others, but don't just copy without knowing, is this connected to what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm called to do in my business? Okay. So here's what that's looking like for me right now in this current season. Okay. So we've got the podcast, it's completely free, and I will always keep it that way. And so I'm very glad you guys are here, and I hope you will share it and let more people know about it. So we have the podcast. Then I also have clarity coaching calls. So it's a one-time 60-minute call on Zoom where you bring your questions and we answer those, and you walk away with a specific next step list and strategy around what you brought to the table. So if you're saying, Denise, can we audit my website? Sure, let's do that. If you're saying, can we look at my social media and make a plan? Let's look at that. Can we refine my messaging? We do as much as we can in 60 minutes. And I promise you, if you talk to anybody who has done those clarity coaching calls, you walk away with plenty of meat to apply. But the goal is clarity, right? Clarity and then next steps. And you walk away with that. Now, then we have the coaching paths. Okay. So currently, you have heard me talk about Take the Reins, which is my one-on-one coaching program. It is individualized, customized support designed for those of you who've been feeling overwhelmed with the marketing piece specifically and really need to get a strategic message that connects you with the right people, gets the right people in the door, and gives you a cohesive strategy for your website, your email, and your social media that works together. So I walk you step by step through my Saddle Up and Go framework. It is a done with you program. So we have twice a month coaching calls. In between those calls, we are in regular connection, doing video feedback for you, sending voice messages, like really working one-on-one together, step by step. That is Take the Reins, and that's going to continue. Okay. So this new group program, I have never felt like in this season, one-on-one is supposed to go away. I still love it. I still want to serve you guys in that capacity who are really needing that one-on-one support. So if that's you, visit the website, stormlily.com, go to Take the Reins, and you'll find that information. Would love to have you apply. So we have the one-on-one support. But what I also was seeing is this need for group coaching, this need for peer, I'm not going to say peer-led support, but peer learning, okay? Learning from other people that are in your similar season of business. And so that's what the Business Barn Collective is going to be. That's what I'm creating right now, okay? It will be a small group coaching experience. So it is not a group coaching program of 20 people. We're talking up to 6 people per small group for hot seats together, for learning together, accountability. And this is really not built for the person that Take the Reins is built for intentionally, because that's Take the Reins is meeting a need. Business Barn Collective is for those of you who are saying, I'm pretty established in my business. I know what I'm doing. I know, who I want to reach, who my audience is, but I'm tired of doing it alone. I want to refine. I want to focus on some other things besides marketing. I want to have peer support. I want to keep the momentum going. Okay. And so that's in the Business Barn Collective. You're not here for how to get started with marketing your business. You're really here to grow with intention alongside others who get what it's like to build a business in the horse world. So, of course, marketing is my specialty, and we will absolutely we will address that together. But I've really created a new framework to walk you through the phases of your business really strategically. Okay. So, I'll talk more about that in future episodes, but we will have some guests come in that are going outside of my expertise. So I have somebody lined up to come in and talk specifically about SEO and optimizing for this era of AI and how you're going to get found. We'll have someone talking about leads. We'll talk about leading a team and hiring. We'll talk about profit strategy. So it goes beyond the scope of just your messaging and just your marketing, and really helps you to adjust the different facets of your business that you need to touch to grow sustainably. So more details on that are coming soon. But if you're hearing this and thinking, dang, Denise, that's what I've been waiting for, then I would love for you to join the wait list. So I will have information coming out on this very soon. I don't have an exact date for you at this moment, but if you join the wait list, you will be first to know. If you go to stormlily.com/collective, then you can get that information, okay? Or get on the wait list and then get that information. But I'm really excited, again, because getting that email from that gal reminded me that my heart is to help you guys who are really passionate about doing the work to grow with business or grow your business with purpose and with clarity. That's what I'm here for. I want to help you do more of that together. Okay, so you guys, so I told you, that's my stuff, right? That's my professional why, helping you all do that, grow with clarity, confidence, and purpose. And just like many of you, I have a multifaceted why. So I want to tell you one more thing, and then I'm going to share with you these 3 questions, okay? At Storm Lily Marketing, before Storm Lily Marketing even existed, you guys, my heart actually wasn't to start a business. It was really to start a branch, a place where at-risk youth could come and experience horses. Not therapy, just the healing power of Jesus through horses, because you guys know as well as I do, when you spend time in the presence of horses, it is peaceful, it is powerful, and we can learn so much and grow so much. And I wanted to create that experience. So when the opportunity came for me to start my own business, I knew this business is going to be connected to that ranch. Like, this is going to be the avenue that we make this happen. And so Storm Lily Marketing was started with an umbrella brand on purpose. And so Storm Lily Ranch is my why behind what I do. When I'm creating and building and thinking about profit and all of those things, it's what can I give to help get Storm Lily Ranch off the ground as well. And so that's been unfolding over the past couple of years. We officially became a nonprofit last December, which would be 2024, depending on when you're listening to this episode, last December. And we are in process, you guys, of getting this off the ground. We're going to pair at-risk youth with horses and a safe adult mentor in a peaceful, hope-filled setting. It is not therapy. It really is about connection and the kind of healing that can only take place sometimes in the presence of a horse. So if you're hearing that and you're thinking, oh, Denise, I want to learn more about that, I just want to make sure that you guys know that's happening on the side, right? It's not something you hear me talk about a ton on the podcast, but every now and then I want to mention it so that you know that's the heart behind why I do what I do as well. We just had our second vision gathering last week. And so if you want to watch that replay, if you want to get on my monthly email list for Storm Lily Ranch, where I send monthly emails, I would love to do that. You can go to stormlilyranch.com and get that information. But again, I want to tell you this because my heart is for you to remember that in your business, your why is likely multifaceted and your why is likely connected to something that's really deeply personal to you, just like for me at Storm Lily Ranch, and that there's permission for that, for a multifaceted why in your business. Okay, so I've told you guys, we've talked about how it feels when it's hard, when your business loses its shine. We talked about how I've been going through the process of reconnecting to my own why, remembering exactly who I'm for and why I do what I do, so that as I build out this new small group coaching program, that it's really connected to those things. And again, we're doing this because I want to help you in your business. So it's your turn. Okay. You've heard how I'm doing it. Now I want to help you do that as well. So I'm going to give you 3 powerful questions to help you recenter yourself to your why in your equine business for the days when is lost its shine. For the days when it feels heavy, it feels sticky, and you need to remember why you do what you do, why you work so hard at what you do. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 questions. You can get these on the show notes as well. So if you go to Storm Lily, Lily, by the way, .com/195 for episode 195, you can get these questions, okay? Or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. I'd be happy to send you that link as well. Here you go. Question number 1. What is the story behind why I started this business? What was the problem I hoped to solve for horses, for people, or for both? Okay, so that's question number 1 that I want you to think about. Why did you start in the first place? Get recentered to that. Question number 2. What part of my work feels most sacred or fulfilling? To help explain that a bit, another way you could answer that would be, what lights me up the most, even when it's hard or even when I'm tired? And then the last question I want you to consider, what kind of impact do I want to have through my business? In my clients' lives, in my family, in my community, and beyond. Okay, I want you guys to sit with these questions, reflect on them, write your answers down, and if you're feeling brave, send me a message. I would love to hear what's at the heart of your business and why you do what you do. You can find me on Instagram at Storm Lily Marketing, same at Facebook, or you can email me, denise@stormlily.com, or hit reply to any of my email newsletters. I truly read every single reply that comes in. I would be honored to hear your personal why and cheer you on in that process. So let me just end with this reminder. If you've been in a season or you feel maybe you're entering into a season where growth feels a little heavier than you expected, let today's episode be your reminder that truly, friends, you are not alone and you don't have to carry this alone. I would be honored to walk alongside you, whether it's here on the podcast, in a group coaching capacity, in a one-on-one coaching capacity, however I can support you, friends. I am here to do that because you are my why behind why I do what I do. Okay? I'm so grateful you joined me here today. My only other ask is if this episode has been helpful and encouraging to you, would you share it with a friend? I'm hoping that as you were listening, you maybe had a couple of friends come to mind that you were thinking, oh, they need to hear this. They need to be reminded of this. We were just talking about how growing a business can be so hard. I want you to hit share. Send this episode link to them and let them know this is here. And then you guys talk about it together. Okay? So share the podcast. Check out coaching if that's it for you. If you want to get on that wait list for the Business Barn Collective, I would love to have you. You can just head to stormlily.com/collective and I will get you that information. We will be starting, to give you a little bit more details, we will be starting that in January 2026. Okay, so when I say it's coming up soon, I mean you will get the information in the next couple of weeks, and then the program will actually begin in January 2026. All right? Thanks so much for joining me here, friends. I hope you have an amazing day.